Hi friends, welcome to my Stamping is Fun channel and this edition of the vlog where we share gift wrapping ideas. So my idea is to wrap a gift card that any recipient would love to give. So let's get started. The gift that I am going to wrap is a gift card. And how I'm going to wrap that is with this envelope. I'm going to make a bagalope. So stick around to the end because I will show you a couple other variations of this bagalope. I'm going to decorate this flap with some DSP. So let me bring in my paper trimmer and my piece of DSP. This is a piece from the Whimsy and Wonder DSP. You can see it has these lovely foiling aspects to it. And then on the back, there is a solid pattern. I'm going to be using this front piece with the foiling. I'm cutting this at 5 3/4. That's the width of my envelope. Now, if you're a metric, you'll need to measure the width of your envelope to determine how wide you need it to be. So it's 5 3/4 and 2.5 inches. There's my piece of DSP, and I'm going to adhere that to the flap of my envelope. I'm going to put a thin bead of glue all along this envelope flap. And then a little bit of glue in the middle to secure the DSP. And then flip it out like this. Just lay this right along the fold line of my flap. Now this pattern does seem to have an up and a down, so I was very careful when I cut it to keep that pattern going the right way so that these bows are centered properly, because this will be the front and it'll be oriented in this direction. I'm going to bring in my paper snips and trim off the excess of this DSP. I'm bringing my paper trimmer back in. I'm going to cut a piece of white cardstock to fit inside my bagalope to hold up my gift card. So I'm going to cut this at 3 1/4. And then cut this in half at 4 1/4. I'm going to score both pieces along the long edge at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches. And I'm going to repeat that for this piece also. For the second piece, I'm going to repeat the scoring. So 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and then the final score is 4 inches. Here are my two pieces, my two scored pieces. I'm going to bring my envelope in and do some more scoring. I'm going to score at 1 inch on the sides, one inch on the bottom, and then 1 inch on the other side. And that's all the scoring for this project. Now that I have my scoring, I'm going to bring in my bone folder and fold on those score lines and crisp them up with my bone folder. You can kind of pinch them. And then use your bone folder to burnish them. She has some good score lines that are burnished. Now open my envelope, and this is where we're going to make our bag. So for this point here, you want to fold this in half. So push your envelope out on those 1-inch score lines. And then this point, you want to fold that in half. So I'm pushing down on the bottom. You want to pinch that triangle, and this is going to get folded in to make the bottom of our bag. And we'll repeat that on the other side. So push out on the score lines, on the 1-inch score lines. And then for this point, you want to make a triangle from corner to corner. So we have a triangle on this side, and then on this bottom is our bag bottom, and that creates the bottom of our bag. I'm going to bring in my bone folder and crisp up those triangle at the bottom. Okay, you see how these will fold in. And to hold this in place, I'm going to use my tear-in tape. So I'll tear off little bits of this and put that on that triangle bottom. The tear-in tape is great to use for this. You just need to tear a little bit off. Don't need to cut it. There's one edge, and then I'll do the other triangle. A little bit of a tail there. That piece there, and then I'll tear another piece for the other end. There we go. Now I'll burnish these, make it easier to get the covers off. You burnish it. And I'll bring in my pick tool and use the pick end to lift those covers off. And push that down to secure it. So I'll push from both the outside and the inside to secure. And remove the remaining covers. Again, so push that from the outside and push from the inside to secure it. And so there you see we have our bag. So I'm going to push in now on the sides to kind of create a pleat. So follow that score line up, that score line, and then create a pleat on the side, and that will fold down to be our gift packaging. But there's one more piece out to this. Because I want to put my gift card in here, there's really, it kind of lays in here. So I've come up with this idea to create a holder in the bottom of my Bagalope. And that's where these pieces come in. So again, I'm going to fold on my score line and burnish. And once this is done, we can secure the gift card and it will stand up inside this Bagalope. So here's the next one. Fold and burnish those score lines. And the same with this last edge. And I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. So I'm going to fold it over so it makes a rectangle. And these edges don't need to be, they can be on the outside because we're going to put them at the bottom of the bag and nobody will see these. So on this small edge, run a small bead of glue and then just fold it over the edge and secure it with some glue. You may need to hold it for a second or two while the glue activates. The next one, so the same process, put a thin bead of glue and then lay the on top of the bottom edge. And then just hold until it activates, which just for a few seconds. So the idea of what we're going to do next is put the bottom, so I'm now going to call where the seam is the bottom, and we're going to adhere them together just on the very outside edges. And by doing that, our gift card will stand in the bottom of our Bagalope. I'm going to bring my tear and tape in and put a small piece on this side and a small piece on this side, just along the edge. I'm going to burnish the covers, and these will be adhered together like that. So there's the seam on the bottom. I'm going to remove these covers. My tear and tape, and then these two pieces are just lined up and stuck together like so. So now my gift card will stand inside my bag like so. With the seam will go on the bottom and it should fit right inside my bag, like so. Now I could leave it like this, but my fear was that the gift card would come out with that holder. So I wanted to adhere that holder to the bottom. And there you can see it's a little bit shorter than the bottom of the bag, but that's okay because it'll be pinched in. So that'll give a little bit of room. So I'm going to use tear and tape again, and I'm going to put tear and tape on, mesh these, and put it across the bottom. And then a piece right in the middle. Burnish my covers. I'll bring in my pick tool to lift those covers up. Now, put this into the bottom of my bag. I will try to center it as much as possible. That looks pretty close. And then rub the bottom, kind of push down, bring my gift card in. So now my gift card will stand in my bag. Once I close the bag and finish the wrapping. I'm going to tie a ribbon with my Blushing Bride frayed ribbon. And I'm not going to secure this. You could activate the adhesive on the envelope and secure that. But for this gift, I'm not going to do that. But stay tuned and I'll show you some more options using a Bagalope. I'm just going to tie a knot. Make sure you visit my blog, stampinghair.blogspot.com. I'll have all the measurements listed there. And subscribe to my channel so I can bring you even more fun projects. I'm going to snip off these ends of the ribbon. I'll be adding some personalization. I've got a piece of scrap mint macaron and a piece of white cardstock. I'll be using my double oval punch. The scallop part of that is going to be the mint macaron scallop. I brought in Penguin Place stamp set, and I'm going to use the Season's Greetings. I just love all the sentiments in this. The cute little penguin, his feet. You can put bow tie on him. You can give him a hat or antlers. There's little Christmas trees and little presents. So this is a very versatile set, and I'm using the Season's Greetings. Put that on my block, and I'm going to use Memento Black ink and stamp my Season's Greetings on this. And then with my double oval punch, I will punch that out. And just center that right in the middle of the punch. You really only need a scrap to do that. So coming down to the end here, I'm going to adhere this with some glue to the center of my mint macaron punch. And then this will go here, here. So that's the hard part, deciding where you want to put that. You can move that up a little bit. Maybe put that. Yes. Decisions, decisions, decisions. I think I'm going to put it right there. Season's Greetings. And then put a little dab of glue. And this is going to peek off the end. And there's our gift. And as I promised, I have some other examples. So this one I used You're a Peach DSP with the Sweet Strawberry stamp set and some of this gold shimmer ribbon. This one, I used a piece of DSP from the In Good Taste and a Wish for Everything stamp set. So this one, slide the ribbon off. See, I did a little bit differently. I did use the adhesive on the envelope to stick it closed, but I put some chocolates in this one. So that is other things you could use instead of a gift card. So this one does not have the gift card holder aspect to it. This one I did use. So this is a birthday one, and it does have the gift card holder. So there's a variety of options. You could use these not only for a gift, but as a party favor or a hostess treat, or if you're like me, when I go and see my hairstylist, I always bring her a little chocolate treat. So thank you so much for joining me and being a part of this vlog. Make sure you check out the description below and hop to the other participants. Check out my blog with all the dimensions and directions for this project. And don't forget to subscribe and like my Stamping is Fun channel so I can bring you even more fun stamping projects. So until next time, remember, stamping is fun. Bye.